We have officially done level K through level 5 math. We have about 18 lessons left in this, but here are our final thoughts. First things first, while you're looking at this curriculum, one, you can go to their website and download it for free and just kind of see if you think it's going to be for you, or print it off and use it that way. So that is an amazing option that I have always loved. You just find it on their website, or you can go Google The Good and the Beautiful Math free curriculum and it'll pop up super easily there. You will probably hear people say they either love it or they hate it. It's kind of split down the middle, and I think it's really important for you to kind of understand your child and how they learn before kind of really moving on, which is why I always recommend downloading it to see if it works for you. While it is open and go, which we absolutely love, it's also a spiral method. Open and go just means exactly what it sounds like. You are going to open it and go. Here's lesson 2. You are literally going to read right here. You're going to read the mental math. You're going to read the lesson. They're going to practice the lesson. And then they have an independent review. And it's like that for every single one. So for example, it says, read to the child, look at the picture of a flock of birds. Without counting the birds, would you guess that there are 16 or 163 birds in the picture? So it is literally written for you. You do not have to lesson plan with this. They also each come with their own math box that has like all the tools that you would need, dice, game pieces, a clock. You do not have to have it if you can just kind of makeshift your own at home. Also, we do skip a lot of the games, so we haven't had to use that too much, but yeah. Spiral method is basically they're going to introduce a concept, say it's adding, and then tomorrow you might learn subtraction, and then the next day you might learn shapes or whatever, and then the next lesson they're going to go back to adding, and they're just going to plant seeds in your head, and you're going to keep spiraling back to each concept until you kind of fully understand it. This works really well for my kids because it keeps it in the back of their minds. So they're always remembering it and they're always learning it, and it gives them more of a confidence boost so that when they go back to that concept, they're like, oh yeah, I remember this, versus always having to learn it now and master it right now and feeling defeated. Kids are totally different in this area. Some kids thrive with mastery. Some kids thrive with spiral. And that I think is where the real divide goes with the Good and the Beautiful Math. Okay, so now for the levels. We started level K in pre-K, and honestly, I think it was really easy for that level. If your child likes math, and he'll do it, I highly recommend starting level K in pre-K because I think your child can do it. And my son did that, and he is in 1st grade, but he's doing level 2 math. It's going really well. So level K through 2nd grade, we loved it. Beautiful, just like really aesthetically pleasing. It's easy to look at. It's not messy. It's very organized. The lessons are short and sweet, to the point. You can skip the games, you can play the games, whatever you want to do, and it's not overwhelming. My son loves to do math, and this is the only curriculum that he's actually asking to do every single day. So I have all the praises for that from A through 2nd. Now, when you get to level 3, this is going to be more of your bigger jump. My daughter started in level 3 because we pulled her out of school for 3rd grade. So that's where she started. So I didn't have anything to compare it from. But comparing it now to the level 2, it is a lot more work. It's a lot more rigorous, but it is 3rd grade. And naturally, that's just going to be a bigger jump anyways. So I think you'll find that with any curriculum. Level 4 is when they introduced the videos, and that for us was an absolute game changer, and I love that they do that. So you'll see, this is level 5, but you'll see on each lesson there's a QR code. They even have like the link here so you can just type it in, and you'll just pull up the lesson video for that day. So if you're too busy or you want your child to do more independent work, they can pull it up, learn the lesson, practice, and move on. If they have questions, then they can come to you. But yeah, that started in 4th grade for us. And then level 5, where we're at now, is a little bit of a different story for us because we started off really great and it got to be not so great. So the thing with level 5 is that there's a lot of concepts to be learned, and the concepts get harder and harder. There's going to be more work involved. It's going to be more time consuming. And when you're doing something like this with a spiral method, I think it can be more deflating than anything. So she's learning circumference, and circumference was a little bit trickier for her to remember. And then the next thing we know, we're dividing by decimals, and she hasn't fully understood this concept. And it just kept doing that, and then it just became a big blur. So what we ended up having to do is take a pause, and we started doing more of the mastery based with the curriculum. And I cut out like a fourth of the problem, or 3/4 of the problem. Get out of here. The problems, because they were taking her up to 2 hours to finish one lesson. I found out, I thought that was more of a just us thing. I thought we were struggling personally with this, but there was a feed on Facebook where a mom had mentioned the same thing, and there were hundreds of comments of everyone saying, yeah, it's taking us 2 hours. It's way too long. So it made us feel better. It's not just us. It's more of the curriculum, because again, spiral method is going to be a lot harder when you're learning harder concepts. So at the beginning of level 5, super easy. I feel like we kind of got tricked because you have your lesson, you have the video tutorial, lesson, you have practice. You see how easy it is? There's not much to do. It's just straight to the point, a little bit more practice. And then in that green box right here, that is where you have your review. And it stayed like that for quite a while. But then you move on and you're getting to have so much work that it's taking forever. So for example, this is the middle, lesson 50. There's 118 lessons. You have your lesson. Now look how many, if you can see, there's a lot of questions per practice. And then you flip the page and there's a ton more questions to practice. Now, some of these are easy, mean, median, mode. There's going to be a lot. Okay, well, cool, you can do that quicker. But when you have this many problems with these harder, more extravagant concepts, it is going to take a whole heck of a lot longer. And I don't like that. So we do skip a lot now. We don't do any of the games. And if I make her do like 2 or 3 out of each concept on the lesson and the review, if she gets it right, we move on. If she misses it, then we'll practice it. But we are definitely not doing the whole thing. And for somebody that pays for the curriculum, I do think that is a big waste of money. So that's where I'm at with that. Personally, if I could go back, I would still stick with the good and the beautiful all the way up to level 2. I think level 3 is where I wish I would have gone more towards the mastery side of things, just knowing how in-depth it was going to get and just kind of switching her over before concepts got harder. I will not be using this next year. I do think level 3 probably would have been the easiest place to transition, but for sure I would not have done level 5. I wish I would have started with a different curriculum this year, which is really sad because I do love the good and beautiful, and I do recommend it at least up to level 3, even level 3 and 4. But maybe switching before you get to the harder stuff to get them used to the curriculum that they're on might be a better choice. This is just my opinion. Go out there, do your own research, ask other moms what they think about it, download it for yourself. You know your kids, you know your teaching style, so go off that. Don't go off just what I say. This was just requested, and this is just my opinion.